Hey everyone, back for another installment of me showing off the last bits of records that I got over the past 2 years. This has been a fun little look so far. I decided to swap shirts here, so this is the next set of filming here. So, for all the records that I'm going to be showing in this video, there's going to be a Spotify playlist down in the description featuring some songs from the albums that I am featuring. There's no rhyme or reason to some of these. I just happen to pick these randomly. So let's get started. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So the first one is a follow-up album to an artist that I kind of found randomly through one of the music forums that I'm on. And this is the second album from this artist. This is Alex the Astronaut's How to Grow a Sunflower Underwater. How do I describe Alex? The music is Australian singer-songwriter with indie vibes. Really, really fun stuff. I love the color on this record. I believe I did a trade for this one, and I really like the coloring on this one. This is one of my favorite colors, and sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers, so glad to have this. Again, kind of like indie. I love my Australian artists, indie singer-songwriter, really, really fun stuff. So this next one, if you remember, I did my comeback video with those whole bunch of grails. I talked about, hey, I left off one particular record, and I said I was going to be saving it for a particular video. Well, that video time is now. So when I started collecting, I had a hit list of albums, like I had a want list of albums that I had that, I was checking everything off the list. I said this was basically the one I wanted to have, and it sold out. And I was like, okay. So I left my pre-order up, and then this one, I got a notification that it shipped, that my account had been charged. I'm like, and then I forgot about it, which is both the best and the worst feeling at the same time. However, it is Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare. This is on clear blue, kind of like a baby blue-ish. Let me make sure I could show the gatefold on camera. Yeah, I can. Early 2000s metal, or late 2000s metal. When the heck did this come out? Let me go back here. 2010. So, early 2000s metal, and this is how I got into them. I had seen them a couple of times live, but this is the album that I have the most attachment to, the most memories to. This was a grail for a very, very long time. Glad to finally have that. It's not for everybody, but I'm happy to have that. Okay. So the next one is one that I picked up along with the Jack's Mannequin. This particular artist had just passed away at the time, and I knew them from Fleetwood Mac. I'm talking about Christine McVie. And I had known Christine through Bare Trees and all of the couple of songs that I really, really liked from Fleetwood Mac. But my favorite album by Fleetwood Mac is Bare Trees, which, it's an underrated album. You really should check that album out. But I happened to see this out of the corner of my eye. This is Christine McVie's, one of Christine McVie's solo records. This is her self-titled. It is on the Warner Brothers label. And I'm going to take a look back here. She had such a unique voice in a way about going, and her sensibilities and the way she made music. It was really just one of a kind and interesting, and I recommend this album if you've not heard her solo work. It's really, really good showcase at, her songwriting skills outside of the sphere of what she contributed to Fleetwood Mac, which some of my favorite Fleetwood Mac songs are her songs where she's singing. So when we lost her, it was a major loss for me as well. The next one is one that I picked up randomly at Half Price Books, and that is New Kids on the Block, Hangin' Tough. This is on the Columbia label. New Kids on the Block, I mean, what can be said that hasn't already been said about them here? Really, really fun 80s album. Didn't know too much about this particular album. I knew New Kids on the Block, but I didn't know too much about this particular album. And it was a fun sit-down listen to it as well. 80s is kind of not my niche, but at the same time, it is in certain aspects. Yeah. So, I talked about this one in my Grails video. This is Lindsey Stirling's Shatter Me. This, again, is in that same era with Avenged Sevenfold. I had been working at the time at a Target, and I had heard this Shatter Me over and over and over again. And it's just one of my favorite songs, and this whole album is just awesome beginning to end. It's on silver vinyl, and I'm not sure if I showed the gatefold when I did the Grails video, but I'm going to go ahead and show the gatefold now. Yeah, just a lot of fun memories attached to this particular album. Now, I had heard her from her debut, and I've been following her ever since. But glad to finally, when I got this, glad to have it in the collection. Yeah, and I got it via the local record shop here. As soon as I had heard it was being reissued, I jumped on it because it was really impossible to find for any decent price up until the point that it was reissued. The last one I'm going to show in this video is one that I had traded for. Now, I semi-knew this artist, but it was from the suggestion of Jenna McDougall to check this artist out. So, from one suggestion to another, that really impacted my collection. I believe she said this was her album of the year via that conversation, but this is Kurt Vile, Watch My Moves. This is on black, but I really like that the labels on here mimic or are those classic Verve record labels. There's the back for you now. Okay, yeah, so there are some really cool picture sleeves for this particular album, and I do really like the gatefold on this one. Just a really fun album itself. It's really hard to describe Kurt Vile sometimes with my sphere and thinking, but really dig what Kurt brings to the table when it comes to songwriting and his approach to music. I'm glad I traded for this one on a whim. I haven't listened to it too often because I sometimes stream. Just because of life things, I haven't been able to spend up until really recently. So going back and revisiting all these records and spinning them again has been a really, fun trip. Thank you so much for watching this next installment. Let me know down in the comments below what you've been listening to. I'd love to have a conversation. I'm always up for music discovery. Coming up in the next couple of videos, I'm still going to continue to keep showing it off, but I am having some concert videos that I'm going to be filming alongside all of these, pickup videos. If you see this video before that, you already know what I'm talking about, or if not, you'll see the concert videos after. So yeah, I still have some more content coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and as I say at the end of everything I'm in, when the waters get rough, please keep on sailing. It's rough out there. I believe in you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time you're watching this, and take care.